Worldwide movement, peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq hollering at you one more again. All right. Another beautiful day. You probably figured by now that I was going to say that. Since I usually do. But yeah, another beautiful day. Thank you all for checking me out again. I love you all. I appreciate you. Please, please, please like, share, subscribe. We can keep these messages going out to everybody in peace, love, respect. All right. So this video is a bit of a heads up as I'm walking through the uptown section of Pittsburgh, right? Pardon the sirens. The heads up it's not about uptown Pittsburgh. The heads up is about avoiding toxins in some areas that we might not always suspect. Now, I've talked a lot about how chemtrails, right, have been proven by several environmentalist agencies, watchdogs, so to speak. Not our government environmental agency, the EPA, like we should be able to count on, but by some diligent folks who have actually taken the samples and the studies to be able to accurately determine exactly what it is that's falling down to our plants, animals, water, other resources, and on us. And, you know, we talked about the toxins and the calcification agents that have been found in these, to be dropping down from the residual debris of these chemtrails, right? Now, it's not really debris, probably more like particulate, but the unfortunate thing is that we find many of these same harmful chemicals in some areas that we might not suspect, right? So, like, I talked previously about how our skin, your epidermis, is actually the largest organ of your body, right? Not only don't most people seem to know or appreciate that, but unfortunately, as such, and being so underappreciated and really taken for granted, right? I think in a lot of ways we take our skin for granted. As long as it looks the way we want it to, is not blotchy or whatever other small, fairly insignificant thing we would complain about, you know, a pimple here or whatever, acne, or there's some folks who have some more serious issues. But the point is, aside from all that, we have the tendency to put things on our skin pretty readily that is really not good for us at all, right? I'll start with these really sort of I call them personally, my opinion, fly-by-night sort of companies coming up with all these different hand cleansers, right? And this has gone so rampant that even some government sources, you know, tell you to be cautious, because you just don't know what's in a lot of these little concoctions, right, that they're pushing as hand sanitizer. You know, one quick sort of sleeve tugger is the claim that they get rid of 99.9% of all these harmful germs and whatnot, right? First of all, how do you measure that? Prove to me that, first of all, you've even tested on all quote unquote harmful drugs. What does that list look like? How did you scientifically test down to a point of accuracy that is as specific as 99.9%? So I think you all know what I'm getting at. Most of the claims by these little hand sanitizers are bogus, right? And what's more important than that is you simply do not really know what's in them. Most of them are just required to list their active ingredients, and those are often bad enough to be putting on your skin, right? But then there's a whole host of other ingredients that you just have no idea what they are. Which leads me to my next thing, which is sort of in a similar genre. These wipes that everybody is starting to use, right? Because we're so fearful of any sort of germs, and certainly of, the 19 germs, that you have people pretty much willing to wipe down all of their surfaces, again, with something that you don't really know what's in it. It's certainly not 100%. You don't know what's in it, right? And even the active ingredients that they list are harmful chemicals that you should not be putting on your skin, right? Folks, beyond that, even everyday products that we may have been used to using before, we generally fall very short of the diligence that we should put in investigating exactly what's in these products, right? But if you do at least flip it around and make an effort to take a look at exactly what it is that is in these concoctions that we're so used to, like all of our shampoos, our lotions, right? Hand lotion, body lotion, right? You'll find chemicals that belong in a chemistry set, that belong in a lab somewhere, that are not healthy and should not be applied to your skin. And you don't have to take my word for that. Look these ingredients up individually. Do just a little bit of research into what each ingredient is, what testing has been done on it, what research has uncovered in terms of its effects on human tissue, right? See, the problem is we have grown lazy in these efforts because we trust our government agencies that we have tasked for that, like the Food and Drug Administration, like the EPA, right? To really be sort of our watchdogs and make sure that these companies, these corporations are not pushing harmful toxins on us in the products that we use every day. Well, folks, the problem with that is that evidently the individuals, groups, and organizations we have trusted to prevent this from happening are falling way short. Because again, if you just do a little free-thinking research into A, what the ingredients are in these products, and then B, into the actual effects of these products doesn't take long to see that they need to be avoided, right? And generally, just like what we see falling down from the chemtrails, generally they fall into two categories: some form of toxin or poison, right? Or the other category is some form of a calcification agent, right? And if we just extrapolate that information and plug it into what we see going on in the world, for anyone who's a free thinker and aware, you know that there are some powerful folks who are ascribing to what has been termed the depopulationist movement, all right, or agenda, should I say. We'll not call it a movement because it's certainly not popular. They want to get rid of the population. And I'm laughing, but it's really not funny. Because you've got some very, very powerful individuals associated with that agenda, you know, with some powerful last names: Gates, Musk, etc., etc. Powerful organizations, some that have to do with reproduction, nod and a wink, right? That really have some, what I call, rather dark and downright diabolical mindsets on the future of this planet and what needs to be done for us to move forward as a species and or civilization. You might as well line these folks up with with the dude Thanos from the Avengers, right? You know, they're giving the same speech. Not enough resources, you know, population's growing too much. It's we don't have enough housing, enough food, right? Enough overall resources to sustain all these people. Okay? But they don't talk about the practical solutions that I and many others have brought up, right? Like the fact that we could certainly have vegetation growing everywhere, right? You walk up and down the average city block and you see trees. There's no reason why there can't be fruit-bearing trees up and down those blocks, right? Why we can't have vegetation of all sorts growing everywhere. The only reason we don't, again, is so that is controlled and something that you have to go to some corporate entity to obtain. All right. The bottom line is, folks, we need to start paying a lot more attention and policing these things for ourselves. Anything that you put on or in your body, read the ingredients, not the advertising labels. Flip it around and read the ingredients, the actual ingredients that tell you what you're ingesting or what you're applying to your body. Is your one body not worth that much, right? Just a little free thinking, independent research could really mean a big difference in your health and overall your life, right? All right, quick heads up. Worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq out.